Hello, my name is Tracy Allen, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with Some Friends. Hello, welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. I have a friend with me today who we went to school together, both high school and college, elementary school. I used to go camping with her family. I was thinking about that the other day about the rainstorm. That one time when the camper was going crazy, and then we had to go help people bail out their boats and all that. It's kind of weird.
I spent some time this morning looking. I have a picture that I was looking for. Junior high cheerleading picture, but
I bet that's a doozy.
I could not put my hands on it. I was really disappointed.
No, probably a good thing. So anyway, but this is Sherry Bunce, and she is here, and we are going to make two recipes for you. And the first one we're going to do is a cheesecake that you don't have to bake anything but the crust, and it's really easy. We were talking about it just a little bit ago. I've been making this. It's been almost 30 years probably, the same cheesecake recipe, and we've made it together before, and so that's what we're going to do today. So I am going to have Sherry mix things for me. In the bowl, she's going to, for the crust, put in, we have 14 tablespoons of melted butter. Now, we're doubling the recipe. The original recipe actually calls for you to make it in a 9-inch pie plate, and I have never made it in a pie plate.
We've made a lot,
yeah,
lot more than that.
Yeah, normally it's in big sheet pans that we do this. So anyway, so doubling it gives us 14 tablespoons of butter, and then we're going to add 4 tablespoons of regular sugar, and I've already measured it, and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And then it's going to take 3 cups of graham cracker crumbs. Now you can crush your own if you want to, but
no, why would you?
I know, why would you if you can do it this way? So if you do grind your own, or grind up your own, you're going to want to do it pretty fine, just like they do. So anyway, you just combine it all, and then we're going to press it into. I have a it's about a 8 by 10. Maybe?
Yeah, I would say so.
An 8 by 10 pan that we're going to put it in. We're going to pack that down in a little ways up the sides, and then we'll bake that at 375 for about 7 to 10 minutes and let it cool, and then we'll make the filling to put in it.
There's a little extra in there.
Oh, well, good. It didn't take 2 bucks. So we're making our cheesecake, and Sherry put together the stuff for the crust, and we bake that for 7 to 10 minutes. Let that cool down so it's cool to the touch, and now we're going to put our filling together and put that in. So again, we're doubling, and we did change our pan because we decided that it was going to be way too thick with crust, and even though the crust is a good thing, that might have been a little much. So we changed it to a 9 by 13. But since we're doubling, she's going to use 2 8-ounce bricks of cream cheese.
Softened.
Yes, softened to room temperature. And 2/3 cup of sugar. And she's just going to beat those together until they're light and fluffy or well combined. And this will be a little more easy. This has got to be one of the easiest cheesecakes. You like
so yummy.
I know, you like baked cheesecake.
I love baked cheesecake.
I'm not.
I consider these two totally different things.
Yeah, they almost are. Because, yeah. But I'm not crazy about baked cheesecakes, but
My problem with a baked cheesecake is I cannot get it to not crack.
oh, yeah.
And then I feel like a fail.
Right. But if you put a topping on it, nobody ever knows a crack.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when she's done getting those all creamed together, we're done with the mixer because we're going to fold in. We're going to fold in 2 large containers of Cool Whip. Figured I'd laid my body in that. And we're just going to fold those in to not, you don't want to beat them in because then you lose the volume. That chicken we did earlier really does smell good.
It seems like anytime I use cream cheese, again, everything I do is last minute, so I don't take the time to let it sit at room temperature and everything. It's always lumpy.
Oh. You know, how we talked about how did we survive before Google? How did we survive before microwaves? And I haven't ever done cream cheese the way that you can soften butter by heating water in a glass measuring cup, draining it, and then putting it over the butter.
I've not heard that.
Oh,
Tell me again.
So you take a large glass measuring cup and you put water in it and heat it up, and then dump the water out, and then take your butter and turn that hot cup over the top, and it'll soften it to room temperature without melting it.
Well,
But I've never tried it with cream
knew?
cheese. I know, I've never tried it with cream cheese, so it might work.
I don't know if
It's
If
a
it's
thicker
thicker,
consistency than. Okay. When that's all put together, we're going to put it over our crust, and then we have reserved probably maybe a half a cup of the crust and butter and sugar combination. We're going to sprinkle that over the top, and then you can serve this with either cherry sauce, strawberries, whatever.
it's yummy with strawberries.
I know, I like strawberries too, but I love cherry cheesecake too, so.
I think we have lots of filling.
Yes, you may not even need
I'm
that extra.
thinking not.
Okay, so we'll show you what it looks like plated. Welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. Sherry and I are making one of her recipes that is tequila lime chicken, and we've done a couple of things ahead of time. She took 2 chicken breasts, and we talked about the fact that if you wanted to use thighs, you probably could. You haven't ever done it that way though, right?
I have not used thighs, but
Yeah.
there's no. I just buy chicken breasts. That's just what I always do.
Yeah, we do too, because bone-in chicken is not eaten at our house. I don't know, since the kids were little. But she poked holes in the breast so that with a fork, so that it would absorb more of the marinade she put it in. Then she took.
I did a half. Whoops. I did a half a cup of lime juice.
And we Tracy,
fresh squeezed limes. I use, this kind of lime juice just for convenience.
Whichever your preference.
Yep. And I used a half a cup of that and a half a cup of tequila, and just put that in the Ziploc, and then put the chicken in that, and then I set that aside. You can marinate it for an hour. You can marinate it for 15 minutes. Whatever you have time for. I'm notorious for deciding at 5 o'clock that I'm going to have
This at 5:30.
this at 5:30, and so you just do it.
Right. And we made the comment, you wouldn't want to do it overnight because the lime juice would break the protein down in the chicken too much and it'd be kind of mushy. And we use 2, but if you're feeding a crowd, you could easily do
however many you want. I fill the grill when I have the church camp counselors at our house. They love it. So it's quick, it's easy, and it's a crowd pleaser for the most part.
Great. And then we're moving on to the next step. So I took, Sherry had brought some tortilla chips, and I took probably about half the bag of those and crumbled them up and crushed them up and put them on this small cookie sheet.
That's the base.
Yeah, and that's the base of it. And then she made the sauce.
The sauce I just did, it's ranch and picante, and I use medium. You could use hot, just it's personal preference, however spicy you like it. And I did for 2 chicken breasts, and this may be overkill. I'll know when I put it on there, but
Can it get too saucy?
not according to my husband. He likes a lot of sauce on it. So I did a half a cup of ranch and a half cup of picante. You could probably use salsa too. Salsa is maybe
A
sweeter.
little sweeter, and depending on the salsa, maybe not as chunky, but you can buy it that has the garden vegetables in it.
Right.
And we've put the oven on a low broil, so that's in the make. And
Usually I marinate the chicken before I do any of the rest of this. I put the chicken on the grill, and then while the chicken's grilling, I do this part because it takes no time at all. So that's ready to go when the chicken comes off, and this is ready to go. And
okay, so we'll just wait for the chicken.
okay, so the chicken came off the grill, and
What do you need?
I'll use my fingers.
Yes.
I usually take it right off the grill and put it right on this. And that pan's plenty big, but
So you could actually grill it a little bit ahead of time, wrap it in foil to keep it hot, so that if you have other things you're doing.
right.
Okay.
Yep. So as soon as that comes off, then we just take this and pour it over the top. Like I said, my husband likes it completely covered and even some on the chips. Well, that was just about right. So about a half, for like 2 large chicken breasts, I did a half a cup of ranch.
So half a cup was kind of the magical number for most of the things in the recipe.
For this one.
Yeah. Doesn't happen very often that way, but that's...
And then to finish it,
But more than a half a cup of cheese.
cheese. Lots of cheese.
And again, the cheddar, we did medium, I think, but you could use sharp if you wanted to, or mild, or...
It's all, you know, it's, I kind of made this recipe up from, I think I stole it from, not 54th Street, Applebee's. They do, I think it's a Fiesta lime chicken.
Oh, they do, yeah.
And
Something that you
I
just
just
made it your own.
went home and kind of made my own, and I think that's good. And then, as soon as that's done, all we do is pop it in the broiler for about, well, until the cheese melts and it kind of turns, a little bubbly.
Okay.
And that's it.
Super. We'll show you a picture of it completed. Thanks for joining us for this session of Cooking with Some Friends. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And find us on Facebook at Cooking with Some Friends.